All right, hey there, Karl from Balcones Roofing Remodeling, coming to you from our office of all places. It is Christmas Eve. I had to come in to grab my laptop and it was super quiet, and I just sat down for a second to take a breath and looked over at my new F-Wave display. And I was like, you know what? I haven't had a chance to make a video about this display. And so here we are. So this display is going to be part of a larger showroom that we're still working on. We just moved into our new office 620 here near Hudson Bend and Steiner Ranch, that area. And we had the Christmas party and all the things, and we built this pretty quickly and just didn't really have any time to show it off. So what we've got here are the 4 different types of the F-Wave Revia that I'm going to show you and walk around. We'll talk about the product, some of the specs, what it can do, what our experiences with the product have been over the last 5 years. And for some of you who have been following us for a while or are familiar with our content, know that we're big on this product, and we've done more of it in Central Texas than anybody else. And there's a reason for that, and I'll get to that in a minute. For a lot of people, I would say a lot of homeowners, the writing is on the wall. Whether they've realized it or not, we all are experiencing the rise in the cost of living, the rise in insurance costs, the rise in construction labor, roofing products, construction products in general, home values, and your taxes. Everything is going up. So at what point does it make sense to continue to install subpar roofing products that cannot withstand the types of weather that we have here in Central Texas? And I'm talking about the severe hail, the high winds, the heat, the driving rains that we get, these wicked freezes that we get. All of this do a number on your roof over time, especially hail. Hail is the #1 problem that plagues roofs here in Central Texas. Okay? And so this is where the F-Wave Revia becomes an option for homeowners. The reason asphalt is subpar, I would say most of them, not all of them. There are some that are better than others, and maybe I'll make another video about that one day. But you can get Class 4 impact resistance in an asphalt shingle, but even those have limitations. So while the F-Wave Revia is a Class 4 impact resistant product, if the rating went higher to 5 or possibly even a 6, this product would be 5, maybe a 6, and not a Class 4. We've got a couple of our roofs over the last couple of years that have been struck with, 2.5 inch hail. Homeowners called us out to inspect it. You can't even tell it was hit. It cleaned the roof off if it did anything. So 2-inch hail, 2.5 inch hail is nothing for this. F-Wave does come with a 5-year hail warranty for up to 2 inches. Okay. I know from personal experience, and I try to only speak from personal experience, that the roof can withstand much larger hail. For example, we had a roof in Round Rock, and we did a video on this a couple years ago that was struck with 3.5 to 4 inch hail from the hailstorm in September of 23. Caught everybody off guard. Homeowner called us out. We inspected the roof. Homeowner got on the roof with us because he was just as interested to see, how well the product performed as much as we were. And we get up there, we inspected the roof thoroughly, and we had to get down like super close to see what was going on with the shingle. And there were about 16 tabs that we had to replace. They had these tiny little micro tears in them. They were so tiny. As I told the homeowner, I said, we can heat this up with the heat gun and it'll literally close itself. Yes, the F-Wave is self-healing. It's the wildest thing to actually see, to the point where you can't even tell that there was damage at all. There was some minor pitting in the roof. Like you could see where some of the larger impacts were. And I believe that these micro tears were from the 4-inch bangers that came through. There weren't very many of them. We said, we can heat this up and it'll seal up. He said, no, let's for safe measure, let's take them out. Let's look at the backs of them. Let's really see this. And I said, okay, cool. Yeah. We took the shingles out and flipped it over and looked at the back of it. The tear still did not transfer all the way through the shingle to the backside. So the shingle was still watertight. So at 3.5 to 4-inch, that's freaking baseball, softball size hail that roof withstood, saving our client their $7,000 deductible, which they had just paid a year and a half prior. And they had replaced their roof through insurance. But they didn't have to do it in the second time. All their neighbors had to do it all over again. An extreme example, but this is what you want out of a product like this. You want it to perform as intended. The whole point of this and installing products like this is to save money over time. Is it more expensive on the front end? Absolutely. It should be. It's a vastly superior product. Not only in the way it performs, but honestly, in the way it looks. And the warranties, we can't get enough of it. We have another roof, crazy story. Homeowner calls me after the tornado in Round Rock in 22, I believe. Calls me and says, hey man, I got this F-Wave that was installed by this other roofing company who I will not name. They won't come back out to inspect my roof after the tornado. The tornado went through my backyard. It hit my house. I'm like, oh, Lord, I don't know if I want to get into this. But he kept telling me, he's like, look, man, I need you. The roofer that came and installed this F-Wave roof would not come out and re-inspect my roof. I said, all right. Meet the guy. I jump on the roof, inspect the roof, and lo and behold, after getting hit by an EF2 tornado, I'm talking a direct hit. This guy had 2-foot oak trees pulled out of his yard like they were toothpicks. I was looking into the attic of the house next door. The shingles, the roof deck, the framing, everything was gone on the house next door. Windows were blasted out. This was a direct hit. And lo and behold, the entire F-Wave roof, minus 1 or 2 strips of shingles, were still on the roof. Now, an EF2, I think we're talking about, if I'm not mistaken, forgive me if I'm wrong, 125 to 130, 135, something like that, mile per hour winds, which the F-Wave is well rated and well equipped to withstand. But what I noticed is that all of the tabs, especially on the back side of the house where the tornado came from, were all lifted and loose. And of course, all the debris, the gunk, the leaves, all the trash from the tornado got up underneath all these tabs. And of course, the shingles would not seal down after that because of all the trash that got up underneath there. So I'm like, I don't think this product should have failed like that, even in this condition. And so I got down on my hands and knees and I started looking up underneath the shingles and looking at the nailing pattern that was done by the prior installer. Then all of the products, all of the nails that were driven through these shingles were either not driven down all the way, or the nails were installed at an angle, which allows the nail to poke up. Now, this shingle is not very flexible from side to side, so if anything is underneath this shingle, a piece of trash, a nail, just anything that's going to keep this shingle from sealing down from corner to corner is going to create a slight lift. And so when that tornado came through, all these tabs were just flapping around in the wind. Still stayed on the roof. So it's remarkable in that regard. I think if the asphalt shingles wouldn't have been there at all. So even though the product was installed incorrectly, the roof still stayed on the freaking house, saving our client's home from total disaster. Tried to get in touch with the roofer, would not return his calls. They would not come back out to repair his roof, inspect it, or anything. And I said, you're going to have to file a claim on this regardless. And thankfully, everything went well. and we ended up replacing his roof. He was still so impressed with the F-Wave Revia that we reinstalled it on his house. And I asked him, this guy was super detailed. I said, how did these guys get past you? He's like, yeah, they said they installed a bunch of roofs and they've done a bunch of it, and they showed me a bunch of pictures of their work, and I'd never even heard of this company. And at the time, I had a pulse on who in the Austin area was installing F-Waves. And he showed me the pictures that they had shown him of their work, and every single one of the pictures that they had shown him of their work were our installs. And they had never installed an F-Wave before. And not only that, they underbid it, and that's why they did not come back out. I think they, by my math, they lost about $5,000 or $6,000 on the deal. So we went back, installed the same color, same product, beefed it up a little bit more per his request. Happy camper. But it goes to show you that even still, a direct hit from an EF2 tornado, the F-Wave Revia stayed on the house, opposed to the house next door where like the roof, the decking, the framing, everything was gone. It makes a difference. And these are just two experiences that I can share with you guys. Okay? This is driving me crazy. We had to do it in a hurry. I had no other way to tie in 4 different colors at the top here. I'll figure out something a little bit more decorative when I get a chance, but yeah, that's driving me crazy. The F-Wave is super walkable. Even on steep pitches, much safer to walk on than asphalt. And I got my steel-toed house shoes on today. I love my Tacovas. So we installed this inside, okay? There's been no radiant heat from the sun on this display. We built it right where I'm standing. And these shingles are sealed. I can't get my finger up underneath here to even pull them up. So even without radiant heat, these shingles sealed down. Pretty cool. I don't think I've gone over what these are yet. Let me do that. You got 4 different lines, which is why I built a 4-sided roof. You've got the classic slate, which is their newest line. And this is their royal color, which has got this beautiful red hue mixed up in here. And you can see here that this mimics a true slate. And you zoom out, and it's really got this very subtle, very gorgeous face to it. Fantastic. We have not installed this particular color yet. But it looks freaking awesome. I can't wait to do it. Now, we have done the classic slate in gray in Westlake a few months ago. That turned out stunning. I want to do more of these. This is the Estate Series. It's got this really neat dog-eared pattern to it. And it kind of has like this basketball texture to it. No asphalt, no granules, no fiberglass on the surface. You could eat off of this if you wanted to. Okay. This is the Sonoma Estate. This is probably, if not, maybe our top selling product over the last 5 years. In this particular color, it's got some very rich earthy hues in there, some burgundies, even a little bit of grayish blues. Gorgeous color palette. Regardless of the line and the color, you're going to get just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous palette. This is the hand split shake. It even has a wood shake texture to it. This is Lakeshore Gray. Very subtle rustic look. We've done one of these in Great Hills. Looks phenomenal. And then we move over to the American blend. This is, this also has the same texture as the Sonoma Estate over here, but a more traditional shingled look to it, or a tile look to it. And this is charcoal blend, and we've done a good many of these as well. As you can see, there's a nice mixture of some lighter grays and some darker grays mixed up in here. Very good looking roof. done a lot of this as well. So just to go over some key points of the F-Wave Revia, it is a Class 4 impact resistant product. If that rating went higher, it could be a 5 or a 6. It is rated up to 130 miles per hour. I know that it can do at least 150 up to 170, and that's if it's installed properly. So who you hire matters. Check your stats. If people are telling you that they install a lot of F-Wave roofs, make them prove it, because I'll catch them with their pants down every single time. If they tell you that they're certified by F-Wave, there is no certification for F-Wave. Check their stats, okay? While it does get installed like a regular shingle, there's definitely some nuances here that need to be taken into account. It's definitely a slower build. I feel like that's a good thing for what you're spending money on. And I'll go over into more of that here in a bit. Class A fire rated. All right. Self-healing. 50-year transferable warranty on the F-Wave products alone, not even a system. It's like F-Wave doesn't care about the quality of some of the other things that can go into a roof. But they're saying that their product is a 50-year transferable and a 5-year hail warranty up to 2 inches, which to my knowledge, I don't know that there's another roofing product on the market that even offers anything. Okay. So with this being Class 4, it'll definitely save you a little bit of money on your insurance premium over time. And give it 10 years. And let's say your roof gets hit 2 or 3 times with hail and you don't have to spend your deductible. Whatever you spent upgrading to this product, you're going to get back in insurance savings, in whether it's not having to file claims and pay your deductible, and the discount on your premium. And you know what? In the meantime, you're going to have an incredible looking roof that's going to stand out above anybody else in the neighborhood. And you've bought something, you weren't sold something. You made the conscious decision to do some research, find a great roofing product, and find a great roofer. I'm not in business of replacing your roof multiple times. I'm in business to solve problems. And if hail is the problem, which it is the problem, that's why roofs are getting knocked out around here. I have a solution. And I stand by that solution. And I have for 5 years now. And even still to this day, 5 years later, we made this our featured product back in early 21. I still believe that it is the best bang for the buck in impact resistance here in Central Texas and beyond. Okay. Man, I mean, come on. Going nowhere. I can't get it up. I can't get any of these up. Great if you have rain collection. Great if you're getting solar panels installed on your roof. It's not going to get destroyed by foot traffic like regular shingles do when you get solar panels detached or reset or solar panels installed. Freaking awesome product. And to top it off, let me stand up here. And to top it off, there are some major changes coming to F-Wave in 2026. Now, I can't speak on those. I don't even know that I'm supposed to know it right now. I'm not supposed to know what I know. But this product is getting a little bit of an overhaul, and it's going to be even better going into 2026. And as far as I know, the price doesn't change. So you're getting major upgrades for what is already a fantastic product. You can see we've got our Christmas tree kind of decked out with F-Wave here. Everybody gets F-Wave this year. That's what the packaging looks like. 6 bundles a square. We can talk about that. We can talk a little bit about pricing. You can expect double of what you're getting quoted for. I would say a I'm not gonna say impact resistant, a pretty solid class 3 architectural composite shingle. Double the price. But what are you getting out of that? And why is it so much more expensive? Well, it is more expensive. It should be more expensive. It's a vastly superior product. We can agree on that. But why is it so much more? And I can explain that. Obviously, it's more per bundle. It should be. Easy. It takes 6 of those to fulfill the same amount of square footage, whereas with regular shingles, you only need 3. So not only is it more expensive per bundle, you need double the amount of shingles to fulfill the same square footage. So as you can see, that bumps things up pretty quickly. Okay, it does make the bundles lighter, easier to work with. This is a very walkable roof, even on steep roofs, very walkable. Okay, well, what are you getting out of that? You got F-Wave hip and ridge shingles, obviously F-Wave field shingles, and F-Wave starter shingles, which you can only really see at the very edge of this product here. These are the only products that F-Wave offers: starter, field, hip and ridge. Along with that come 24 gauge D-style custom made drip edge. We painted this to match this fascia. You can get it any color you want. I don't care what color you want it in. I can get it for you, but 24 gauge drip edges, apron flashing, or excuse me, head wall flashings, all kinds of custom metals. Your valley metals are exposed with F-Wave, a very, very, very nice way to accentuate the roof with some more color in between all this. That's also 24 gauge. Get premium ice and water shield on all your penetrations for your vents, all of your walls, the rakes and the eaves, which is the entire perimeter of the house, gets ice and water shield, which is more than what code requires around here. Ring shank nails, electro galvanized roofing nails, premium underlayments like tiger paw. All right, upgrading your ventilation to ensure that your attic can breathe. Every roof is different, so we got to check that out when we come out. And we also use, and this is one of our favorite products, we install this with all kinds of roofs. That's your bullet boot. Size specific, single piece constructed, rubber with a pest mesh, so it slips down over your pipe and you just cut your pipe to match this height here, and it gets installed like a regular pipe boot. I love these over lead because squirrels like to chew on lead. Squirrels never touch these. I've never gone back to any of my roofs and have seen any squirrel chewing on any part of this, where lead pipe boots get annihilated by the squirrels and raccoons. They love it. I don't know. What's the old saying? Find what you love and let it kill you. Yeah, that's squirrels. Very nice product. It marries well with the F-Wave Revia, and we don't have to spray paint them like you do with the freaking $8 cheap 3-in-1 pipe boots. We do not use these on F-Waves. Do not let anybody sell you a lifetime roofing system like this with an $8 pipe boot. These run about 25 to 30 bucks. Much nicer. It ain't going nowhere, son. Okay? So you get premium products from corner to corner. I do not believe that a homeowner who's interested in purchasing something like this would be okay with skimping around the corners. And there are some roofers out there that will try to sell this as cheaply as possible. And frankly, I don't think it's worth it. So obviously F-Wave 24 gauge metals, custom made, whatever color you want, whether we have to paint it or it can come coated. Premium ice and water shields, premium underlayments, premium pipe boots, premium vents, corner to corner. We're doing everything. All right? I do not want to have to come back out to your house. Not to repair it, not to replace it, nothing. I want to be the last roofer that you work with. I don't want to replace your roof more than one time. And that means I did my job. Unfortunately, most roofing companies don't think that way. They want to replace your roof as many times as possible before you move or you die. That's the unfortunate fact. So break the cycle, do your research, look into roofing products. This is hard to beat. The sun's starting to come out, so some of these colors are starting to pop. But again, after 5 years of doing this, there have been some roofers that have done some of it and they don't stick with it. It's a hard sell. And not everybody's going to go for it, and that's okay. We're going to find the right roofing system for your home and for your budget. But this is an option I think people need to know about. This is the long game. Okay? It's freaking driving me crazy. We had to do this. God, we had to do this in a hurry. Before the Christmas party last week. Maybe I'll put a custom piece of metal or something out there and make that look nice. But this is the F-Wave Revia, guys. Man, I think I'm going to close out. I don't know. I think I've covered pretty much everything here. I've covered pricing. I've covered what these are, the specs on these things. I've shared some experiences with it. My take on, hail and insurance and all that stuff. If you have any questions about the F-Wave Revia, feel free to shoot me a message. Give us a call, 512-937-8805. If you're in the Austin area, I would say from Georgetown to San Marcos. We've even done F-Waves up in Temple. We've been called up there by name for what we do. But yeah, there are options out there, and you don't have to continue to deal with door knockers selling you the same stuff over and over and over and over and over again. And they may be good. I'm not saying that they're not good. But if hail is the problem, and hail's knocking out your roof, and they're putting on products that are going to leave you susceptible for this to happen again, leave you vulnerable again, then are they really solving a problem? Why do you think insurance continues to go up? It's because people are filing claims every year, over and over and over and over again. And it's going to go up whether you file a claim or not. And that's the unfortunate truth. And these 1% deductibles are turning into 2% deductibles. It's going to be so astronomically expensive to even file a claim that it's not even going to be worth doing it. And you're going to get stuck coming out of pocket anyway. That's where it's going. And on top of that, they continue to move the goalposts year after year, making it more difficult to get claims approved. We get on roofs that are absolutely obliterated. You can see hail damage from the freaking street, and we've got to fight with Allstate for 2 months just to get them to do what they're supposed to do. Guys, it's coming. It's gonna get real hard, and all these roofing companies that rely on insurance claims year after year after year, oh boy, they're gonna find out whether they can sell or not. And we'll be 5 years ahead of them. It's all good. But I'm going to close. Again, my name's Karl. I'm the owner of Balcones Roofing and Remodeling. This is the F-Wave Revia. If you got any questions, shoot me a message. You can email me at service@balconesroofing.com. 512-937-8805 is the office number. If you want to come look at the F-Wave Revia in person, feel free to stop by the office. We've got this big, beautiful, brand new office, which I love. We've got samples for you to take home. Look at that. We've got F-Wave cornhole boards. Beautiful new office on 620. Right here in Hudson Bend, right near the Mansfield Dam. Come visit us. Come see us. Come talk with us. Come look at our products. Still got some more displays to build. We're going to do some gutter displays up here, different colors and different styles and stuff. We're just now digging into all this. Check out our website. We've got lots of F-Wave information on the website, www.balconesroofsaustin.com. Obviously, our YouTube channel has a lot of F-Wave content. Call F-Wave. They'll tell you what's up. They're located right here in Texas. They're making a product in Texas for Texas. But again, Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you to all of us who have supported us this year. We hit many milestones. Fantastic 2025. 2026 is going to be even better for us. And again, don't be a stranger. Ask questions if you got them. Obviously, come by the office. Come talk to us. We're an open book. But again, Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you for all the support over the years. And I'm out. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your Christmas and New Year and all that. God bless you all.